Great, perfect. Welcome to the team call, everybody. My name is Audrey, and this is my husband, James McLeod, and we're calling in from Rome, Italy. And I think, we were talking about it, and we were like, it's so special to be a part of something like Isagenix. A company that you can serve people from anywhere, you can work from anywhere, you can help your team from anywhere. And we are just really excited for what's coming out, everything that corporate is putting out, and everything that we're doing as Freedom Living Team, everything that you're sewing into in your own organization. And I'm starting to get excited, so I have to calm down a little bit. But everything that you're doing in the organization, and everything that's happening, and being a part of network marketing at a time like this. It's a pivotal time in our industry. It's a pivotal time in Isagenix. And we're here to really maximize on the opportunity. So just a quick couple announcements before we dive into how you are so in control of the things that are taking place in your business, more than what you may even understand fully. And so New Year kickoff is taking place on January 22nd through the 25th.
Who has their tickets?
Comment in the chats if you already have your tickets. Dom has his tickets. That's what I'm talking about. Dom was the start leader of the week, by the way. Can we give some
Dom,
big,
Leo,
massive congrats to Dom for continuing to show up. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so the New Year kickoff event is taking place January 22nd through the 25th in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you haven't already bought your tickets, we encourage you to get those. Our team is showing up. Events build your belief, it builds your business, it builds the culture, it builds your mindset. And so it's not just enough, again, to just get yourself there, but we encourage you to start talking to your team. Who are you bringing to New Year kickoff? Who is going to come with you? Who's going to be sitting in the seats with you? It's not too late to get your tickets. It's not too late to get your team to get their tickets. We want to represent and just know that we say this all the time, and we might sound like a broken record, but events are what causes your belief to really grow. And so if you are getting to every event, you are seeing an increase in your income, an increase in your influence, and an increase in your leadership, because that's what these events do.
So secondly, 2 weeks left for the Scottsdale Summit. You guys, this, for those of you who maybe are newer to the team, this has been a really fun team incentive that Aud and I have put on. We've collaborated with two other leaders in Isagenix, Kelly and Tyler Dickerhoof, and the contest is ending November 17th. And we see the timing of these next 2 weeks really just, they're exciting. For those of you who are pushing for goals, you see yourself in the top 10 or you see yourself in the top 15, there is still so much space. There is still so much time. And these last 2 weeks are, they're just, what an amazing boost that Isagenix is throwing in there in terms of what we're going to go over tonight to help accelerate that. But one thing I want to reiterate, we are planting seeds everywhere we go. And some of the seeds we see sprouting up right now, others you're not going to be seeing until February, March, or April. And it's so incredibly important. Sometimes we can lose that train of thought, and we can say, how come these results aren't happening right now? And what we've got to remember is that we are farmers. We're planting seeds, seeds. And our faith lies in watering that seed and in its time, having it come forth and bear fruit. And so all the sowing, all the planting that you've been doing for the past couple of months when it comes to this particular 90-day action plan, remember what Aud has always said, if there's no such thing as wasted work, it's just stored work, right? It's just stored work. And so these last 2 weeks of the Scottsdale Summit, we are super excited for, because we know many of you have been really just diligently working, serving other people. And we're really excited to celebrate you guys out in Scottsdale when we go after New Year's kickoff.
Yeah, and last week we announced the Break the Cycle campaign that we were doing for Freedom Living Team. And for everybody who's on this team, whether they are past customers, they're current customers, or they just enrolled this week, they get to be a part of the Break the Cycle campaign and the challenge, which is the 30-day challenge. And all we're going to do is we're going to post a flyer on Freedom Living Team at the end of the contest that basically just explains all you need to do is have a before picture and after picture and a brief summary of what took place, just a little blurb of what took place over the last 30 days. And what that's going to do is it's going to put you're going to email it to a specific email address, and it's going to put you in the running to win the $250 Amazon gift card. So remember, $200 Amazon gift card. So remember, there's two winners. There are ages below 35 and ages above 35. So we're going to have two winners to receive 2 Amazon gift cards. And that's how your people are going to be a part of it. So they're just going to have their before and after and a little blurb of what happened that they're going to email at the end of the contest. So on December the 6th, it starts on November the 6th, ends December the 6th. That's when they're going to do that. And that's going to be posted in Freedom Living Team. So you guys can comment on there and tag your customers in that.
And, guys, really with this next, and this is really a large contributor to the success that we had with the 11-day reset back in July. It was the united front that I feel like all of us took on Freedom Living Team to show up, to contribute, to post a picture with you in your shake, to post a picture with you in your cleanser on your way to the gym, or, something that was encouraging. Think about when you were on, you were just getting started on your isogenics journey, and maybe you didn't know everything. Maybe you were a little discouraged. Maybe you were a little overwhelmed. That's where you showing up, and you might think it's insignificant some days, and giving a post of value to encourage somebody, to educate somebody, and really just show people how powerful it can be for this year to actually be different, for them to go through the holidays, to go, and we specifically put it here at this time frame so that it would be after Thanksgiving, where people could look at themselves, look at, how they're feeling after the largest eating holiday in our specific country, America, and say, I feel better, I look better.
Right.
This is something that I want to continue. And so as you're, you are a huge proponent to this, and the energy, which is what we're going to talk about here in a second, is you showing up on the Freedom Living Team page as well, and your people, or just the entire team, seeing that. It's a collective front. That's where that real camaraderie. So I hope you guys are excited to engage, excited to be a part of it, and just excited to post and share your value, because I know so many of you on each of your individual journeys have so much value to give in that area.
Mm-hmm. This coming up Tuesday, Isogenics is releasing the holiday catalog. You guys, listen, this is going to be an amazing week for your business, an amazing week for your customers. So what's coming out in the holiday catalog on Tuesday is Isogenics is launching CBD oil. Isogenics is launching the bone broth. With James was at corporate for a field advisory board meeting, and he brought some bone broth back. He brought home the vegetable and the chicken. We love it. It tastes so great. We prefer.
Do any of you guys drink bone broth as it is right now? Haven't you guys heard much about it? Go ahead.
We love the vegetable the most. The chicken's amazing too, but we love the vegetable, and you can have it on cleanse days. So bone broth is like a new fad that's going on right now with so many amazing benefits to it. On Freedom Living Team, I posted a flyer that went over the benefits of bone broth. Have a look at it and let your customers know that that's coming out. So CBD oil is coming out. Okay, bone broth is coming out. We also have mocha that's coming out on Tuesday. So the seasonal shake mocha is coming out in the holiday catalog. And I know that coffee lovers, they love mocha. We also have the Vortex blender, which has Isogenics written on it. That's coming out on Tuesday as well, you guys. So when you're looking at this coming up week, and we're going to talk about energy here in a second, but when you think about this upcoming week, it's your customers that need to be informed of what's going on. Not everybody's everybody's on Freedom Living Team. Not everybody's on that app all the time that's checking the new announcements that are going on in the group. So really taking radical responsibility for your business and saying, I am going to look at the people who are in my organization and inform them that the holiday catalog is coming out. These are great stocking stuffer ideas with all of the holidays that are coming up, bringing a welcome gift and having, the bone broth or the CBD or the mocha. There's so many other products that are coming too, but those are just the highlighted ones. Thinking about the holidays that are coming up and saying, okay, how can I implement this in my business? Who in my organization can I talk to and make sure that they know what's coming out? Because it's the customer base that we're really meeting the need. We've got the nutrition, we've got the cellular cleanse, we've got the new Bia energy drinks. We're really becoming this one-stop shop to all things health and wellness. So taking radical responsibility and saying, I'm going to inform all of the people who are in my downline, all of the people who are in the customer base of my organization and my team, to let them know that these things are coming out, because this week is going to be a boost in orders. This week is going to be a time where you can really ramp up the rank advancements that are happening in your team. Somebody's going for a goal. I know Lindsay Francis is running for 1 star. You're going for a goal. How can you help your team reach their goals with what the company is implementing? And when you can work it around the energy of the releases that are happening, amazing things take place.
So when we've seen it in the past, the holiday catalog has been by far some of people's highlights when it comes to the year, the products that are available. And also, like Audrye was saying, the gifting and encouraging other people and other customers who are currently buying to say, here are a couple of different products that are exclusive to this time of year. And so, I know some of the products, first of which being mocha, and then that little vortex blender that I posted a couple times about, those are going to have limited quantities on them. And so I want all of you guys to write isagenixlive.com. isagenixlive.com. They are going to be going live at 10 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday to launch all of the things in the holiday catalog. Now, in your back office, it should be going live in the morning anyways, but you're going to get a rundown of everything that's going on in the holiday catalog, and you're going to be able to you're going to be able to pass that URL along to your customer or anybody else, and they're going to be able to see it as well. But the mocha and that vortex blender have a limited quantity, so I know many people have reached out about the blender. There's a very, very small amount of those. So if you want one, I'm going to be going in and placing my order for that particular thing, like first thing in the morning, because I suspect they're probably going to sell out of those in the first hour or two. And so, but guys, this is so exciting. Just in terms of what this holiday catalog is, and how in the natural energy that it circulates. This is the first time it's also been virtual. Usually it's a handheld catalog, but now the whole holiday catalog is going to be virtual. So you're going to be able to send that out. You're going to be able to personalize it just like you do your back office, and you're going to be able to send that to people, send that to your customers. Anybody wants something, they can go on there, click it, buy it from you if they don't want to open up an account, and it's the same thing. So positioning yourself this week is going to be, it's just exciting. It really, really is. And the energy that we have kind of mentioned about is something that we really wanted to kind of get into here. Before we do that, does anybody have any questions about the holiday catalog or anything that we've covered so far? Just so I can make sure if anybody has any questions. I think I saw one, but I think I answered it. Yes, mocha is coming out. Okay, if there's any questions, just comment in the chat and I'll get to them.
So James and I, we've been talking about what new information, what new conversation can we bring to the table with Freedom Living Team. When I look at the leaders and when I look at the energy of this organization, we see so many of you have really worked on growing the skill sets that it takes in order to become a professional network marketer. So if you want to have success, there are things that you just have to do on a daily basis, a consistent daily basis. You have to connect with new people. You have to connect with your people. You have to show the compensation plan, cast the vision, bring new people into the organization, and rank advance your people. And those are skills that it takes for you to become a professional network marketer. So we've set things up within our team through freedomlivingteamtraining.com, through the trainings that we have on that website. On our training website, you can go to the YouTube videos and you can go through all of the trainings and the amazing tools that we've given to grow that skill set. But as we were talking, I said, James, I want to talk to them about how much more powerful than they might even understand, how the energy in which they're working and the energy in which they're connecting is actually playing a bigger impact and a bigger role in how their business is being built. So what I believe here, as I'm looking at you, I have watched Dom grow the skill set that it's going to take for him to become a crystal director and a crystal executive. I've watched Kathy become a master communicator when she speaks about the vision of Isogenics and what the products have done. We've watched the growth of so many leaders on Freedom Living Team acquire these skill sets and apply them in their business every day. And so what we're talking to you about tonight is how your shift in energy can affect your business in a positive and in a negative light. And we've all been there. We've all done things, said things, and functioned from a way that's either added to our business or it's caused more stress in our business. And so what we're going to do is we're going to highlight some of those areas to you tonight so that you can function from such a place of positivity, from such a place of gratitude, to where the things that are happening in your business is a byproduct of the choices that you make and the energy in which you're emitting into the atmosphere and into the environment in which you're walking, talking, and being in each and every day.
Well, and really where this stemmed from, and really where it kind of came to a head, where it's like, hey, we should probably talk about this on the call, is I did a call with Ty, and she was like, hey, I would really love to know how you enrolled this couple from the UK in like less than 24 hours with you being in Santorini. You met them, boom, and they're enrolled. What's up with that? And I said, there's part of me that wishes like we could carry around or have like a little secret video camera of how we do what we do and are connecting in all this. And I said, to be honest with you guys, I really think people would be very underwhelmed. And I think people would be very, a little bit deflated at seeing how simple we keep it, and just to realize that we do not say anything simple, or we do not say anything crazy. We do not say anything, that we are not saying on freedomlivingteamtraining.com, or that we're not saying right here. And what I told Ty was, it was a huge evidence to our energy and what we were putting out. And what I mean by that is simply our posture. When we're going out, I'll just say for me, there have been times in my business, comment in the chats if you have had a time, a season, a day, a week, a month, where you have been building and you've felt, maybe you haven't admitted it to the world, but it's felt desperate, if you know what I mean.
Or forced.
Just be honest. This is a team call. I think that self-awareness and being very, very honest with yourself is important. For me, I've had several of those seasons where it's not even felt forced. It just felt desperate. It's felt, I don't know. It was almost like I was kinking my own hose, if that makes sense. Because I was trying so hard and so hard and so hard. And it was almost like the harder that I tried, the further everybody seemed to get away from me, and the more pushback I started to receive. And so it came to a point where I actually had to take some inventory and say, okay, what's going on right now, to where I'm saying everything I need to say. I'm saying it perfectly. I'm going through the scripts. I'm sending tools. I'm following up. I'm getting on a call, or I'm meeting with them in person, and nobody's enrolling. Like nobody. It's just like a desert out here. It's like the Sahara. It's like nothing's happening. There's no water. Mm-hmm. And what I had to take a look at is, okay, James, what is it maybe that's going on internally that other people are feeling, sensing, or experiencing that's maybe turning them away from Isagenix at this point? Mm-hmm. And what I came to realize was that I was putting off this massive kind of front that was all unconscious, all subconscious. It wasn't what I was saying or doing. It was just more so how I was being. That was almost kind of telling people and signaling to them that like, I need them. Mm-hmm. That like, I need you to be a part of this. I need you to join me. And while I was quote unquote being emotionally detached from the outcome, because that's what Herb and Patty have taught us from the very beginning, being, emotionally detached from the outcome of the conversation. I was telling myself that cognitively, but internally I was feeling that if this person does not enroll, then I will be missing out or I will be losing something. And who could agree that when you feel like you're being forced, maybe in even in the slightest direction by somebody, who, just by show of hands, kind of wants to go the opposite way when they're feeling like somebody's just trying to nudge them in a certain direction, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And so for me, this business it's so high touch, right? We say in this business, this is high touch, high touch. And meaning that you're dealing with human interaction all the time. And so for me, when I started doing that, I started blaming other people. Let's just be honest. I was at a place where I was like, listen, it's got to be this. It's got to be the company. Mm-hmm. It's got to be the product line. It's got to be like these tools. They're not working. I've got to figure out my own way. And I just started pointing the blame at all these. Well, this person's not, available enough for me to get on calls with them. So like, whatever, like this is what's limiting my success. I was blaming everybody else instead of taking inventory. The only person I really didn't look at was me for the longest time, until I got frustrated enough to say, okay, let's hold up a mirror and let's just see if there's something here I need to take a look at. Mm-hmm. And what I honestly saw was that there was just a I don't know how else to say it other than there was kind of an air of desperation to it that I know for me, if I would have honestly prospecting my own self, I probably would not want to enroll with me. And so the question that I want to pose to all of you as you're going out and connecting, one of the primary questions that I ask myself is, would I enroll with me today? With how I'm connecting, with how I'm showing up, would you enroll with you today with how you're showing up? Mm-hmm. And I think that's an important question to ask, because like I was telling Ty on the phone, listen, we don't say anything special. We don't say anything, that's totally different or whatnot. But what we've developed is a way to realize first and foremost that this isn't for every single person, okay? We've put that out there. We've put that to rest. We come to peace with that, hey, we might be having a conversation right now on this mountain, and we might be jiving, and we might be on this island in the middle of the Mediterranean, but this might not be for you. Mm-hmm. But it came up in conversation because we were two people who were just asking questions and being curious and genuinely wanting to get to know this other couple. And we realized, hey, this might be for them, it might not. But based off of the questions we've asked and the answers that they've given, this sounds like this really could be something that tickles their fancy. And so we're going to talk about it. And if they don't want it, that's okay. But it's also having the wherewithal to saying, we're not going to turn this entire conversation and this entire relationship about Isagenix and about these products, and we're not going to try to enroll them before we get, off this island because
we have to.
But because we have to. And there's this, this kind of this fear of loss, right? And so that for me, in my personal journey, the whole idea of taking radical responsibility for where I am and realizing that every one of us on this call is exactly where we are at in life and in our Isagenix business based off of the decisions that we either have or have not made in our life. Now, there's exterior things that play into that, but the vast majority of where you are, like the vast majority of where you are, where I am, where Audrye is right now in life, is based off of the decisions that we either have or have not made. So the powerful part about that, you guys, is that we can change that at any time because we are making new decisions on a second by second basis. But that primarily starts by the energy by which we are we're making those decisions, because that is in a large portion of how everybody else is going to be responding and relating to us on this journey. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
To anybody?
Helping? When we had this conversation, it was amazing because I was, talking to James, and I was like, listen, when we began to take radical responsibility for everything that was going on, having the self-awareness to say, why aren't leaders rank advancing? It's not casting the blame and saying, well, they're just not working hard enough. It's taking an inventory and looking at ourselves and saying, okay, what are the areas as a leader that I can step more into? What is the energy? Who do I need to become in order to attract the type of people who take action and move up the ranks? I look at, the growth that's taken place in my own personal life, building for nearly 7 years, full on, all in, daily, consistent, every single day outside of our honeymoon when we got married, every day consistently taking steps forward in our business. And I look at the most major shifts that have taken place. It wasn't because of a campaign that took place. It wasn't because the company released free shipping and 10% off for Black Friday. That's not when it was. It was when I had a self-awareness of the blind spots that I had in my own life, and I began to shift my energy to become stronger in those areas. It was when I looked at my leadership style and I said, why are these people leaving? Why are they leaving? Is it because of X, Y, and Z? Now, there are things that you cannot control in this business. We know that. You can't control people. You can't manipulate them. You can try to manipulate them, but there will not be any solid growth or solid fruit that comes from that. We walk in a place of love. We walk in a place of openness. We walk in a place of gratitude. And so when it comes to the energy in which you're emitting into your team, gratitude is the first thing that is going to raise your vibration. It's going to raise your energy, being grateful for everything, being peaceful and trusting the process in which you're on in your isogenics journey. It's getting rid of and removing grumbling and complaining from your vocabulary, and not to live in a delusionville. Listen, my dad and my mom and James are the first people to call me out when I'm living in delusion. They say no, and you need those people in your life to call forth the greatness in you. I made a post on Instagram when we were flying here. I wrapped up my gum and I put it on the floor, and James looked at me and he said, spirit of excellence. We function in the spirit of excellence. And I looked at him and I picked up the gum and I put it in his fanny pack. And what was awesome about that is that he's one to call forth the greatness in me. Like, we are here to call forth the greatness in one another. And it's not that we don't have frustrating moments in our isogenics business. It's not that we don't desire more, because there's a healthy thing, a growth internally that says, I desire more. I desire to become more. I desire to achieve more. And that's beautiful. But when we allow the grumbling and the complaining and the casting of the blame of others, that lowers our vibration and it causes a stint in our growth to take place. So it's not just to brush things over, but when things happen and you address them in frustration, it's automatically saying, okay, how can I shift my energy into a positive light so that I can attract more good into my life, into my business, into my family, into my marriage, into my relationships? And when that takes place, when that energy takes place, the mechanics and the skills in isogenics begin to flow more easily and more openly. And that kink in the hose that James talks about begins to open up, and the rivers of living water come forth out of you, and they affect and infect in a positive way the environment around you, the conversations that you're having, the energy and the nucleus of your organization. Because guys, our dream and our desire for you is that you would become a master trainer of a master trainer and go above and beyond anything you could possibly imagine. But we know through our own experience that when you take radical responsibility for your actions and for your energy, and you begin to become more aware of what you're saying, of what you're speaking, of what you're putting out into the atmosphere, you're going to begin to see changes and shifts take place in a positive light.
So did any of this resonate to anybody tonight? Did any of this stand out? I know for me, when we were talking about this, it's a such good reminder. Even today, you guys, you want to take the wind. You want to take the wind and the momentum out of your business like that. Let there start be a grumbling and a frustration towards people and a shortness towards people that will instantly dry up anything that's going on. You want to pour the water on, and you want to open it up, and you want all of this, these amazing connections to start, happening, and enrollment start happening. Be incredibly grateful for where you are at in your specific journey. Start asking better questions. If you're connecting to all of these people and none of them are saying yes right now, maybe asking the question of, okay, where do I need to put myself to find the right people that are looking for me right now? That's a better question to ask, instead of saying, why is nobody enrolling with me right now? You see that? That's the difference between a successful question and an unsuccessful question. You're going to get answers for both, but the quality of the question that you ask is going to drastically dictate the quality of the answer that you get, so being the trajectory that you continue on down the road. So start asking yourself better questions to get the results that you're wanting. But know this, that the external conversations and the internal conversations that maybe you're having behind closed doors, maybe you're having behind your head, is going to drastically change how the inner workings and the overall energy of your business is felt. And, going into the holidays, going into break the cycle, the holiday catalog, we want there to be peace. I was just texting Dom earlier this week. Man, this business is so much fun. Mm-hmm. We need to have fun. We get to help people. We get to unlock them into more potential and more greatness. And if we're not having fun in the midst of that, I believe we're missing a big piece to what we really get to bring to people's lives. And so, this is something that Aud and I are continuing to walk through. Guys, it's an everyday thing. Yeah. And we wanted to share that today.
What question do we ask ourselves? And then we'll let them get off here.
So instead of asking Kim, why is nobody enrolling with me? That to me that's how an unsuccessful person would ask a question of why they're not having any quote unquote success or enrollments. A successful person would be saying, how do I need to get, or how can I find the right people to get in front of that are looking for me right now in their season of life? You've just changed. You're going to get answers for both. Your brain is meant to solve problems. It's a God-given, it's been created to solve problems. Mm-hmm. And so if you ask it a very simple question, why does everything seem slow right now? Well, you're going to get a million answers of why everything seems slow. But if you ask a question of, what's a creative way that I can, light a fire and reignite my business right now? You're going to start feeling those answers come about. And so those are just some, examples, and I'm sure other people have some questions that they maybe have found successful. But Kim, to answer your question, that was what I was referencing earlier.
So guys, let's have an amazing week this week.
Who's fired up?
Let's shift our energy. Let's move from a place of gratitude. Let's be more aware. Self-awareness is a beautiful thing. And ask the people who are closest in your life that can love you and say, hey, what are some areas that you see that I can grow in to shift my energy? Like, I am so open. Like, James, tell me, mom and dad, tell me, you see things. What can I improve on? How do I need to grow in this situation? How did I respond? Ask the people who are closest to you so they can help you become better. And this week, let's make it the best new week, the holiday catalog. And guys, we're so grateful. We love you so much. We love you. We believe in you. We're doing this thing, and we're pumped to continue celebrating your success. So have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you next Sunday on the call. Okay, bye.
Love you.